Hi, my name is Dafne Rodriguez. I'm here with my team, Trisha Gorusu, Renee Easterbrook, and Kate Bittle, and we analyzed the correlation between the terrain and the characteristics of wildfires. Our goal is to find the correlation between terrain and the characteristics of wildfires to aid in the development of further fire prevention methods. Wildfires risk to both wildlife and humans, while also causing significant harm to the ecosystem and natural homes of various species. In particular, California has been identified as one of the most susceptible states in the United States when it comes to wildfires. The unique topography of California, characterized by varying elevations, canyons, and slopes, plays a crucial role in influencing fire behavior and propagation. This makes it an excellent focus for the study of wildfire behavior.
Our group first identified the specific data sets we want to collect to analyze our results. We first want to get the average slope and average elevation measurements from the Google Earth Engine in order to characterize the terrain. We also use the UCGS Earth Explorer in order to get coordinate points for each of our wildfires in order to use the Google Earth Engine. We then want to remove any confounding variables by getting wind speed and temperature measurements as measured from the NOAA datasets. We then used the LCMS Data Explorer to get surface reflectance data characterized by the normalized burn ratio, and we got area measurements from our CAL FIRE database. We also wanted to measure the change in land cover by using ArcGIS to overlay all of the Globe Observer land cover observations over California to pick out specific observations to characterize each of our wildfires. We chose one Globe Observer observation for before the wildfire occurred and one for after each wildfire occurred in order to measure how the wildfire changed an ecosystem.
Starting with the Dixie Fire, we can first look at photos taken before the fire occurred. Interestingly, in all of these photos, evidence of previous fire damage is visible. After the fire, in the north and east photos, we can see up close the extent of fire damage to the trees. Next is the North Complex Fire. In these photos taken just outside of the fire perimeter, there is no visible fire damage. In the August Complex Fire, on the other hand, there are burned trees visible in the north photo. Moving on to the SCU Complex Fire, the closest globe data came from a nearby location that does not show the burned area, but hints at the terrain present in the burned location. For the Creek Fire, we have globe data at a location directly east of the fire, meaning that in the west-facing photo, the burned area is likely visible in the background. There is no useful nearby data for the Carr Fire, but as Globe Observer continues to be used, measurements could be taken within the fire perimeter that allow for more in-depth analysis of this fire. A summary of this information, as well as our results, can be found on our group's research poster.
Through our research, we were able to conclude that the variables which impacted forest fires the most were slope, elevation, vegetation, and wind speeds. As heat rises, the vegetation ignites uphill, which makes the mountainous regions of California much more susceptible to these disasters. And due to the low air humidity, the plant dryness is another factor that increases the spread. Here, you see a graph which shows the prime average slope for a fire at around 10 degrees. When examining surface reflectance, we can then see as slope decreases, it then increases, and following the fire, that surface reflectance drastically decreases due to those areas being charred. Specifically, in the Dixie Fire, that value decreases roughly 36%. In conclusion, the wind blows fire into dry vegetation in which the heat rises to the trees above it and therefore causes a massive forest fire such as the ones examined in the previous slides. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation, and we would love to thank our SME mentors and the CSRC staff and our partners, which are listed here. Some of our highlights throughout this internship were hearing from experts and then hearing them provide walkthroughs for their respective research tools, which we used in our collaboration in our small groups and developed a project together. And then we also loved presenting this project in this conference here. Personally, the SEAS program introduced new resources and technology to me and helped expand my knowledge of Earth systems, and it made me realize my love for Earth science as well as space science, and I don't need to limit myself to just one category. Thank you very much.
The CES program has helped me to challenge myself when learning new topics. I also found my love for maps and remote sensing, something I didn't know before the program.
I'm so grateful for the SEAS program because it has exposed me to vital research techniques and resources that will be helpful with whatever career I choose to pursue. I also learned about the many different paths that a career in earth science can lead to.
I'm thankful for getting the opportunity to participate in SEAS as it has helped me build my network with like-minded peers, and as it's also taught me how to be resourceful when finding data to conduct research, a skill I'll keep with me forever.